How's everybody doing? Well, the points race got rained out today, so I'm in the shop by myself and I'm going to start stripping down the engine from the cradle. So we'll have to take off the half shafts to get it disconnected from the transmission, and there's about 4 motor mounts. So we'll do that. Question was why I dropped the cradle instead of doing it from the top just to change the transmission, and the real reason is ultimately it's easier this way, especially with the lift. It's going to allow me to, first of all, on this car, strip a lot more parts off of it easier, and then on the car I'm building, the 93 SC2, we'll be able to give it a good thorough cleaning. So I'll be able to get under there and take care of everything I want to take care of. Ultimately, I'm going to be doing a lot of racing and who knows what with that car, and if I got to make repairs, it's just going to be easier to drop the chassis, drop the cradle. So I'm going to look at everything that's in the way of doing that and make this a smoother, easier process in the future. So to me, it seems like the best bet. I've changed the engine in a Saturn from the top before, and it's a lot of work trying to line up the transmission. And yes, it can be done. I'm just going to do it this way, and so far it seems a lot easier. So we'll get right to it. Okay, I managed to take the power steering pump off, take the tie rod ends off, and I'm trying to get the half shafts out. I loosened, there's a intermediate shaft. I started pulling it out. I'm thinking I'm gonna lift the engine a little bit and maybe they'll just pop out because I really don't want to try to take the lower ball joint out. Looks like it's gonna be a bear. So I got the motor mounts off this thing and I'm gonna go get the engine hoist, pick it up, and see if I can get a little distance on there. And get those half shafts out. That'll be the last thing holding this thing in place. So one of these bolts for the header was rounded off, and if you don't have any of these are Irwin. These work great, just gotta say. So I got the header out of the way, and it makes short work of getting a rounded off bolt out. This thing is so old and rusted and so greasy. Stuff like that comes in handy. Well, that was pretty sketchy. The pallet was a bad idea. I couldn't get the engine lift around the pallet, so I had to get it on the floor. And even then, it's pretty tough to get around here, so I'm gonna go get a chain and secure it and pick the engine up. Okay, we got the transmission separated from the engine on the bench, and We're going to pull the flywheel or the pressure plate off. See what we get here. And my magnet. All right, just as I had hoped. Okay, there's a magnet. This aluminum flywheel. I put this in the car years and years ago, and I was hoping it was still here. And it's definitely here. It's aluminum. It's about half the weight of a stock flywheel. And from what I understand, pretty hard to find nowadays. Clutch doesn't look too bad. I'll be replacing it anyways. Same with the pressure plate. Looks like she got hot. Probably just scuff this with the DA. I may take this in and get it surfaced, but maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, I'll get the engine on the stand after I get the flywheel off, and then we'll start working on this transmission. Okay, I think it was a pretty productive day. Racing got rained out. We're going to go to the track tomorrow, Sunday morning. So if you're not familiar with this Saturn project, the parts car, check out the other videos on this. But the parts car, I bought this car new in '92. I'm the first, third, and sixth owner, and it will go to the junkyard when I'm done. It's too far gone. But I had a lot of parts on it I wanted to get back, especially that aluminum flywheel. There's bored out throttle body, and I wanted the full length header on it. The manual transmission, we're gonna do some work on that. The car we're gonna build was my dad's car. He was the only owner. He bought that new in '93, and now it's mine, and we're gonna do some things with it. And it's gonna be a journey. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, what the end goal is, but I do want it to drive good. There's a lot of, like the lower control arm and all these bushings, everything will be replaced. Everything that's struts, rubber bushings, you name it, we're gonna replace it, get this transmission working right. We will take it to the track, that's one thing. So this blue car here, back in the day, it went a 15.9. From the factory, they only went 16.4, and we knocked half a second off of that. Let's see what we can do with this SC2. Should be 50 pounds lighter. It's an automatic. The automatic doesn't work, so we're gonna go ahead and swap a manual in it and do a few other things to it. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm having a lot of fun with this with my son. And the amazing thing about YouTube, I think, it's motivating. I'm getting more work done than I normally do. Usually takes me far longer to get things done. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. So, we'll report tomorrow after our trip to the track, and we'll see how the new valve springs in the Duster went. There it is. Should be a good time. We shouldn't have any rain tomorrow. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.